All right, this is going to be the fun part of the videos. Part 1 and 2. There's actually in 2 parts. The convention center honestly was a little bit sad this year. It was only one hall. Last year it was 2 halls, but they did have a lot more people. I think that there was a lot more audience than there was cars, and there was a lot of big groups out there as well. So car clubs pretty much filled up the whole entire convention center. Still a really cool day out. Of course, hanging out with my pops. So, yes, the drone isn't allowed. And funny enough, they didn't even allow cameras during this whole entire event. But it's like you have a cell phone, you have a camera. It's kind of the same thing, but I know cameras are a little more higher end with the photos and they are a little more higher quality. So, my drone does not record natural audio. Instead, I would have to get my mic and record it from where I'm standing at. However, though, there's also a lot of background audio. So, to avoid that copyright, of course, it's even better just me voicing over. Hopping off right now was a little tiny truck. Now, a lot of these cars did come from the state of Texas in different cities of Texas. And this one was pretty cool. It was super, super small. Now, yes, another thing I want to talk about, that drone flying is illegal in the city of Long Beach unless you have a permit. Just like Redondo Beach, you need to have a permit in order to fly. But for one day, one event, am I going to go to the city to get a permit? Am I going to buy a media pass? I don't think so. It's a lot of money. It's a little bit crazy that you have to go through all that process just to fly the drone. Now, there was also 2 other drones, a DJI Maverick and another smaller off-brand drone I'm not too familiar with. Now, those 2 people did have to fly down. Now, my drone was up in the air. It was only until later on. Do you see that little stripy car down there? Well, that one, when it started to dance, that's when I got comfortable and I got a little more closer. And that's when the staff, walked around and was checking everybody out, see who had the drone. And of course, me just checking everything out and getting to into the video. You'll see later on that obviously they knew it was me. So after this, they did have the lowrider competition of all the different cars hopping around. There was a lot of people around, guys. I need to stress that point. It was nearly impossible to even trying to get up on the fence to get videos for you guys, to even just trying to even enjoy the show. So this one, I believe, went about 82 inches up in the air. Now that car all the way up in the far right, hiding in the back corner, right over there. That guy, he went 120 inches off the floor. You'll see that video later on. Now that car has been in retirement for a little bit, and it did bring it back to the hopping competition. That guy down there in the yellow is actually the owner of the car, but the guy hopping it was somebody in blue. I believe this was also a big group of cars from a certain car club. And it wasn't as active as it was last year. Now, yes, there's a lot of people given that, and they did have 2 dancer cars. They're not exactly like full on drivable vehicles, but they're dancing cars. So they hop left, hop right, and hop around in circles. But I think last year was a lot more better because they had a lot more hoppers inside of here. They also decided that this year that they're not gonna have anybody hanging out in the trash can. Last year I was able to hide out over there till of course staff kicked me out on that one. Told me, hey, you can be in there. You have to get down for obvious safe reasons. But El Camino right here hopping up and down, super sick, tapping that front bumper. And some of the cars too, yeah, he almost went to the little dancer right there. They had to stop him. But some of the cars too, they did hop and they were able to tap the rear bumper and take the whole rear wheel up off the ground. Super amazing. Right over here, you had a few of the models from the Lowrider event. They were, I think they hang out with the cars and they also have the little placard. So they'd be taking pictures for all the photographers down there. I think next year for sure, I am going to try to get a media pass. I mean, I think in Dallas, Texas, if it's kind of the same thing, maybe I'll get a media pass just so I can get up in close personal. And that is a good 2-day drive just to get to Texas from here in California. So definitely I might have to make the whole entire trip worth it and go above and beyond with that one. Now I could put audio over this, guys, and have like just music playing, but I think it'll take it away just from like the whole rawness of the scene, and the music might be daunting and put you to sleep too. Then again, my voice might put you to sleep. But right here you have another one pulling out, setting up. I try not to fly too much and record with the setting up process, just getting straight to the point. So straight hopping all the way. Of course, my battery, it's a good battery. I had 3 of them. I was ready to fly the entire day. They did not state on the flyer, on anything, on website, no drones and no cameras. So, disclaimer on that one, Lowrider event, you guys messed up with that one. But this one right here is one of them that we're tapping that rear bumper. You can see it was hitting it. Bam, right there. It was rolling backwards. I like how these lowriders, take it back to the old school days. Obviously, still hopping around, but they kind of like go forward and they hop backward, and it's so cool to see that a car is able to do that just with the switch of a button and a bunch of fluid being shot in and out of the struts. This one right here, my pops actually thought that this one was going to be the highest hopper since he did not have a headlight. Now, when cars are missing body parts and they're going to hop, you know that they are serious business. Missing headlights, missing grills, missing front bumpers, rear bumpers being destroyed. You know that for sure that that car is a true hopper and that it's been hopping for most of its life. Basically, it's built to hop, not built for show. Yes, it will have a lot of cool paint colors, a whole different scheme going on with it, but majority of those people trying to keep their car as show cars, just like the regular tuner scene. You have race cars, you have show cars, you have drift cars. In the lowrider scene, you have hoppers and you have show cars. And the show cars just sit inside, like, a museum or a convention center, low on the ground, keeping it slow and low. Cruiser cars. These cars right here are built to be going up and down at the highest that they can, pushing their limits of their hydraulics and their battery to pump setup in their trunk. You can see that front bumper just flapping around as it hits the ground. It's amazing that cars can do this. So spinning on over here, like I was saying with that model, she was taking pictures of the car in all certain angles and different, positions that the car was at. And the next car up, this one had a cool little green paint job going around it. Still almost like 8 minutes into the video, guys, the drone was still not being spotted because I was way up in the air. That was the smartest thing that I could have done, is just keep it up in the air away from the booth, the DJ booth. So the eye level of the booth, he could not see it. Now, once you fly lower, obviously they can't see it and they can notice that and tell you, hey, you can't be having that up in the air. Then again, there is a lot of people, so scanning each person is kind of hard to find who is flying that drone. Something right here he was doing was tying that steering wheel with the seat belt, making sure that the car don't turn around or, take a left and right that's not supposed to be taken when it's hopping up in there. So the other two videos I know are 10 minutes. Really quick, just talk about that. It's around 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I try to keep them really low and sweet. That way you guys don't have to be watching so much content, because I know there's always these vlogs that are like 30, 40 minutes long, which still get a lot of attraction, a lot of attention. But for the people who have ADHD like I do, I think a cool 10-minute video, 15-minute video is probably the best way how to watch a video. I know for sure that YouTubers, we're supposed to be making 25-minute videos just so it's like, hey, it's the line mark, and also for the ad revenue. But I am not making ads right now, as of right now, because the channel is still being wonky, is what it is. This guy right here, he had his kid right there on top of the car, all the way from Texas. This is a hopper car, like I was saying, guys. This car is, this is a dancer car. This car does everything, and what you'll see right now. What am I showing you guys? This is all the people. I'm hiding right there by the Tesla, but all the people. So back over here, you'll see right now he's setting everything up, getting that back into the air, getting everything warmed up. Now, I honestly don't know how the triggers work that he's able to do that. It's pretty crazy that he's able to flip around the switches and everything. I know it's simple as in one switch is up and down, the other one is for front right or whatever, but the things that he does here is insane. Bringing it around town. Look at that. That is crazy. And you can see my drone right there in the shadow, just flying around, chilling. Side to side action right over here. Up and down like a normal lowrider. You see, this one's made for dancing, so it doesn't go as high, but it does, it looks like an RC car, honestly, from this height of the air. So he was able to bring up the back end while hopping the front end. Right here, he's back end hopping right here. That's crazy. Just the rear end, not the front end. Boom, both sides, front and back. Spinning it around, spinning it around. You can see him hitting the switches right over there. Somebody's holding the wire for him as he makes the car do a whole roundabout. Round and around she goes. Boom, hitting both tires. Popping them both at the same time. Boom, boom, boom. Now there is crazy videos out there, guys, on YouTube that they make these cars jump onto other cars, and these cars don't have an engine in them. It's just a shell, but it does have the battery and all the other good stuff inside of it. So, I mean, obviously, that's how they make it hop. That's why also all the windows are tinted. This thing does go on a trailer. You can see the pops through the kid right over here. And honestly, this is where the drone got spotted at because I got way too close into the arena. And, you know, getting comfortable with my drone, as I always do. I love to get close-up shots of everything so you guys can see the moment. You can see those pumps were fried afterwards. The kid just standing there in all his glory of his pop's car, dancing around, all the way from Texas. And this is the lovely guy who spotted me. Time to film back on the ground. Let's get it.
So, flying the drone obviously comes with repercussions, and yeah, they're kind of kicking us out, but not really. So we said we just got to put it back in the car and stuff. So, yeah, return the drone and then come back over here. Let's get it.
We can't hear you. You try to put on the show. Let's go. Let's go.
Always grill fill apart.
You guys are too quiet, man. Let's go. Get into it. Little bit of room.
So that's going to be it for the hopping competition out here, guys. I hope you enjoyed all this content. Honestly, we almost got kicked out of here. It's not clickbait. It's not even like a joke. If you read the description first, he did say we could come back, but like, nah, dude. I was going to walk all the way back to the car, bring the drone back, and put my camera back. I mean, look at all these people with phones out. But cool thing that they were chill. And we're going to check out the rest of the cars. So, and you know, hoping you guys enjoyed all the content for the hopping and stuff. But now we're gonna go back in. So if you haven't watched all the other parts of the videos, hop out of this one, just see all the interior cars and stuff like that. Anyways, guys, for this one, you know what to do. Stay safe, stay chill.